we discovered some Health New Zealand draft guidelines. This is the organisation's been replaced by a commissioner, the health bureaucracy. Gender diversity rules it's looking at, which made the amazing statement, was it not correct, Ben, that menstruation is not just a female thing?
That's correct, yep.
That blokes could basically have periods, which is, of course, absolutely and utterly bloody ridiculous. And this draft policy is still sort of being considered. And you people reacted very, very clearly to it yesterday and said the madness has to stop. But who will stop the madness? That's a question I want to put to our next guest, Laura Trask. She's an ACT MP. She's part of the coalition government. And I had thought, Laura, that this sort of nuttiness was something, sorry, I'll just change that. This sort of nuttiness was something that you people were going to get rid of.
Hey, good morning, Sean. Nice to talk to you this morning.
All right.
Absolutely. Look, we are all about delivery of services for New Zealanders, and I think most, or if not all, New Zealanders will agree that we have an issue with our health delivery, and I would rather they be focusing on important things like services that we actually need rather than policy documents like this.
Okay. Do you agree that men can menstruate?
Look, if we were going to talk about this, it's absolutely absurd. Only biological women can actually menstruate.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to argue the point for a moment there.
No. And I mean, when you look at a document like this and they use the words like many men can menstruate, it's absolutely absurd.
Okay, so what are you going to do about it? You're the MP.
Yeah, look, so we only saw this yesterday after you guys, the platform, tweeted about it. Talking to our health spokesperson, Todd Stevenson, he is going to be sending a letter along to the Ministry of Health asking questions about, one, who has directed this? Was this under the previous government? We presume potentially it was. And also that we completely disagree with this. The first few statements in that document, when it talks about gender, we feel are fine. But once you're talking about menstruation and things like that, it's just completely
and utterly absurd. Are you aware, Laura, that the Inland Revenue provides tampon dispensing machines in the men's toilets?
Oh, gosh, I am absolutely not aware of that. But
we've covered that on the platform here too. You need to listen more often. But we never really got any...
I think I do.
We never got any real explanation as to why that was. But we can presume, Laura, that there are many, many government departments, not just Health New Zealand, and I might add this is Health New Zealand rather than the Ministry of Health, who have these crazy policies. Surely we need a government, a coalition government, that makes some blanket calls about bureaucracies lying and publishing and engaging in this insanity.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think we've got a whole bunch of government agencies that have taken some very modern ideas about gender, planted them in policies that affect services for the entire country. But realistically, these gender debates are contentious and far from settled, as you've probably
Well, no, hang on, they're not, Laura. We settled it today. I asked you a question, can men have periods? You said no. That's settled.
Of course, yeah, and of course that part is settled. But when we're talking about all of these, woke kind of ideologies that are put into these government policies, I think these agencies, they shouldn't be pushing their agendas at all on anybody. And you're 100% correct. I think as representatives of the government, we should be discussing these with these agencies and saying it's completely inappropriate.
Laura, do these sort of things, and I do not want you to breach caucus confidentiality, do you people talk amongst these things as ACT MPs about these things?
Look, we do, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's not something that we have settled a complete party policy on, there are varying personal different views, but this is a big issue, and it's becoming more and more obvious, and it's something that I think all politicians need to be discussing, not just our caucus.
Well, let's put that alongside another contentious issue about belief systems, karakia in government departments, and particularly in the Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
Where is ACT on that?
Look, if you've seen Todd Stevenson, my colleague, he has been actively tweeting about this issue. We think in a country such as New Zealand that is mostly secular, there are a lot of different beliefs, but we feel that it's completely outrageous that, again, another government agency would be suggesting that their staff should be participating in karakia. We have a diversity of all kinds of beliefs in this country, so why would we be pinpointing one?